We're about to build a shelter for a couple of pigs. I picked a high patch of land here, just a small piece, to try to keep them dry. And it's situated in the middle of about 3 acres of land that I intend to rotate my pigs around. I'll probably quarter this pasture off into 4 different sections. And as I move them around, having a central corral, shelter, and feeding area will allow them access from no matter what pasture they're on. We'll get started and show the progress as we go. Tops of trees like this here, I'm going to leave those outside of my fencing for a windbreak. I'm gathering logs for the pig shelter today, and just off these couple piles here, I've been able to get 14 that are 10 feet or more in length and all of a fairly similar diameter. I don't want to go too large on this. The type of shelter we're building really doesn't require large logs. You want to have smaller, lighter weight. We've got some more to sort through and skin just over here, and then we're going to load as many as we can onto our trailer and take them up to our building site. These are all logs that I cut last winter and just never got time to skin. This one's 8 feet here. I've got another pile for these to go on. I just swallowed a fly. We're looking for poles more of this diameter here and 10 feet. Now, because this is a pig shelter, I'm hoping to use every bit of junky wood that I have down here on this. I can get 10 feet out of this, and it's just a little bit crooked the last couple feet. The basis for our pig shelter are these 2 trees here. They're gray birch trees, and they're a decent diameter to hold the weight of the structure for the time being. At the 4-foot height, I think we're going to have a roosting bar for some chickens. And then I'm going to allow 2 more feet above them in height where we're going to put our main carrier beam. So we have to make sure, though, that we've got a mark on this tree to this tree that's level. And that way, when I cut it with my chainsaw, our main beam is going to sit down on top of them and it's going to be level. Leo's coming with the board here so that we can level the top beam of our structure.
Wait for you to finish here.
It's all good. Come on out here with that. Here he is. All right, now go grab the level for us, Leo. It's over there on the mound next to the bow saw.
This?
It's a measuring tape. The level. There you go. Bring that over. And right there is 6 feet from the base. That really doesn't tell us if we're level. Leo, let's have that. Of course, I didn't mark that far enough. Am I in the frame there, buddy? You man the camera for a second. Where's my pen? Oh, my pencil's in my hand.
God, Dad, it's like me with my Xbox controller. It's in, where's my Xbox controller? It's in my hand.
Leo, come on over and put a mark underneath this board up here.
Like everywhere?
On the tree.
Over
Yeah, reach up and mark. You got to get right under the board. That's it. Put it somewhere there on the tree that I can see it. Good? Yeah, I think you got a mark. Good man. Okay. That should give us a level main beam. Okay, I want to get the weight of these trees down first before I try to straighten my cut here at the top. Here's our knot. Log here is going to be the base log for our pig shelter. It's still pretty solid. It's going to go up on rocks to preserve it so that it doesn't rot any further. And it's a good diameter to nail my other logs to. It's over 10 feet long, so it should work well. For the pig pen that I'm building, I don't need a whole lot of rock underneath it, like a full foundation. I just need something for a few logs to sit on so that in the long term they don't rot. So I gotta gather up half a dozen maybe rocks this size here and take them up to my building site. Nice flat surface on that. We got a few rocks in the trailer here. That's all we're gonna need for this. We're onto the rock foundation, and I've got 3 stones here laid out already up against this birch tree. We've got to build this up a little bit higher yet. So that's the flat side there. Likely that would be best if it were oriented down. And then it's just a matter of moving your rock around until it seems to sit flat. That should make one stone pillar. I've got to make another one out a few feet this way and another one that way. I took this bit of high ground here for the pig shelter. So here is a little bit of a slope, and I just used one rock that has a good angle to it and seems to fit in here well enough against the bank. And then we've got our second pylon there, and we'll build a third further along. We'll put our log on next just to see how this lines up with the main carrier beam. With our beam now in place, we want to make sure that the angle matches the angle of the carrier beam up above, and that this is level. It's showing that this end has to come down a little bit and it has to come out some this way. Okay, we're level this way. This is where the main carrier beam is going to run. Our logs are going to run from this down onto the beam here. That's about 8 feet. And we're just under 8 feet, so we'll nose this out a little bit further this way. And now you know why I picked 10-foot long poles to run the span here. Used up all the stone that we had, and just to show how this ties together, we started with the big rock here, and then you try to overlap other rocks. So this one presses in here, this one here comes in and sits on both of these, and then this sits on both of these rocks. And it's just to try to keep everything from shifting around. Also, that rock there will keep this log from moving any. So we're done our stonework, and now we're on to our main beam. I think that's a long enough video for part 1. You can see what we're putting together here. We've got the main beam and a sill down below. Our sill is up high off the ground, and we used a pretty big log because it creates a bit of a knee wall, so that when our logs start to go on here, it gives the pigs more room to enter. The idea behind the shelter is to have a roosting bar here eventually that the chickens can sit on. And if there's no roosting bar there, the shelter's built large enough that a cow could also come in and use this as a bit of a stall to shelter in. The shelter should serve the purpose then for either pigs, cows, or chickens, whatever combination I happen to have over here for animals in the future. Hope you like the project so far. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Cheers.